Hi guys, so a couple of years ago I made a rice bread video and I got a couple of questions about using plantain instead of banana in that video, and because of my curious mind I decided to try it and see how it turns out. So of course I had to write a recipe about it and bring it to you guys. So let's see what it's like making rice bread with plantain. So one difference here is that I'm replacing 7 bananas with 3 very ripe plantain. For best result, I advise that you use very ripe plantain. Even if you're using a banana, also do very ripe ones. It just gives it a better tasting product. These are about medium to large plantain. So I just cut them into these sizes in here. It's definitely important to blend this one, even if you're used to mashing bananas with some other tool. This one I'll say use the blender because plantain has a bit of a tougher feel to it, so it's gonna be harder to mash it. Use a cutting board, don't do what I do. Be careful not to hurt yourself. Alright, we'll measure the dry ingredients first before we move forward to the wet ingredients. I have 1 cup of cream of rice, 3 tablespoons of sugar. This recipe is pretty similar to using bananas, but you'll see the difference in a little bit. Half teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Before I do that, I'll just whisk the dry ingredients real quick. And then the wet ingredients. I add 1 large egg, 1/4 cup of oil, vegetable oil or any oil of your choice. So I grated a little bit of ginger, up to about a tablespoon of fresh ginger. You can use the dry ginger like I did in the previous video, but I'm going with fresh this time. If you don't have ginger, it doesn't make or break anything. So I just grate it directly into the mix here. I just want to whisk this part real quick before I add the milk. As you can already see how thick it is. Another big difference is the content of liquid I add to this. 1 whole cup of whole milk. You can either use not fat or just water if you want, for those who are watching the diet. I will add some more liquid, but after I add the dry ingredients. So just add the dry ingredients to it and mix well together. Okay, I like the texture. So this time I'm using these little loaf pans. I like to use these because then I can take a little bit of rice bread to work as lunch. But this amount goes into the same size pan as the first video when I was using bananas. Because these are non-stick pans, I will be baking on 350 degrees Fahrenheit instead of 400 like I did the other time. That pan I used is really thick and it's aluminum as well, and you can use high temperature on that one and it bakes just fine. But the non-stick pans tend to burn really quick, so always do no more than 350 on them. I am getting 6 pans from this recipe, 6 of these little loaf ramekins here. All right, I'll put this in the oven now and you'll see the result in a bit. Okay, here we are done, and I'm just gonna show 2 of these to you guys. It ended up taking about the same amount of time it took the other one, so 50 minutes to an hour to bake. On 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see how it turns out. There we go. Got another one to show you. Just showing you more than one. They all came out the same way. So that's the back of it, front of it. Let's cut it to see what it looks like on the inside. There we go. It looks just a little bit red than if you use banana. If you were to ask me which one I prefer, I'll say I prefer banana, simply because you can find banana any time of year. They're a little bit easier to ripen than plantain. Plantain takes a whole lot longer, and the plantain is just a little bit too thick for me. I prefer my banana musher and, you know, not so dense. You can even add as much water as you want and it's still a little bit denser than if you were to use banana. So for me, I prefer banana over plantain, but this is the result and you can decide which one you prefer. Comment down below and let me know. Try this recipe also and comment down below and let me know which one you prefer. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next video.